Hi folks, and welcome to this midweek reflection coming from DBC. In 1 Corinthians chapter 13, Paul gives us the great triad of faith, hope and love. And today I want to talk about hope. What's the definition of it? Well, hope, Christian hope, not just general hope, but Christian hope is not a mood or a temperament or a feeling or even a disposition. It's an active virtue, And the teaching of the scriptures put together make that clear. It's a cultivated conviction through time spent wrestling with what this faith is about, and of course learning what the scriptures teach us about life and faith and love and hope. It's a deliberate attitude. And therefore it needs to be cultivated. And we cultivate that by practicing hope. Hope is not just wishful thinking. It's actually participation in God's work. We don't just expect God to be a magician and remove all issues and problems for us, because the God of the scriptures is the God who walks with us in the dark valley. He's the God who takes us through the wilderness experience. He's the God who saves us, but he's the God who is alongside us in the process. And that involves us being partners with him in this life of faith. Think of dance partners having to get in step. I'm hopeless at dancing. I'm far too self-conscious. But when you are dancing, you have to be aware of what your partner's doing. And when we see some people are into Strictly Come Dancing, I'm not really interested in that programme, but I know it's a big hit and many of you watching will enjoy that programme. But when you see two people in unison in step, it's a wonderful sight. So too, the art of faith and the art of hope is engendered through us being God's dance partner and trying to get in step with him. And that means we need to cultivate and also take our part in what is happening. For example, we might hope for good weather. Perhaps there's some activity we're going to be involved in and it turns out it's raining. Well, if we change our attitude, we can still have a blessed time and God can still bless that situation, not by changing the weather, but by helping us deal with that context. Now, I know that's a small thing, but it's illustrative of what I'm trying to say here, that we are partners with God. Now, George Matheson, the great hymn writer, "O love that will not let me go," the third verse is this: "O joy that seekest me through pain, I cannot close my heart to thee. I trace the rainbow through the rain and feel the promise is not vain, that morn shall tearless be." One of my best friends actually did his PhD on George Matheson, and he told me that the original was not "I trace the rainbow through the rain," but "I climb the rainbow through the rain." But the editor of Life and Work changed it. My goodness, what a power he obviously thought he had in these days. But I like that original. Rather than "I trace the rainbow," it's "I climb the rainbow," because that gets to the heart of what I'm trying to say today. Participation with God in life. And that's where hope is engendered. Realizing that God is with us in all these situations, not magically removing all obstacles and difficulties or pain or suffering, but being with us in the journey. And remember this, as we journey along, it's like being in a rowing boat. A rowing boat's a strange vehicle for motion because we're looking backwards. We're not looking in the direction that we're going. When you're driving a car, you're looking forwards. Most modes of transport are cycling a bike. But in a rowboat, you're looking backwards. That's what faith's about. Looking back on the great traditions, looking at the scriptures, seeing the great epic that we're a part of, the fantastic story of God's people in the Old Testament and New Testament. What an epic, what a grand narrative we're part of. And we nurture ourselves with that as we journey through life into a future that we don't know what every day will hold for us. But we have hope that God is with us on the journey. Thanks for watching and listening. God be with you.